Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Lex.
Shubbz here.
Back with another one. You telling me?
I'm well. How are you, bro?
Yeah, I'm alright, man. So much has changed, bro, in the past couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Taking a different career path now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Into like more the music business. I'm not a rapper, obviously. But yeah, like more into the music business now, so that's going alright. It's going well.
Discuss that change. How did that kind of come about, and how is it much different to what you're used to?
So how did it come around? Just asked me, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So me and H was driving, and then he just asked me, do you know what I mean?
No, but the backstory, like
Oh, the
who's
backstory.
H, like,
So we was introduced through a mutual friend, and then met him a couple of times, and then we just started just talking just about music, innit? And just having a debate around music. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, like I've been listening to music all my life. Likewise for him, obviously he's an artist as well. Do you know what I mean? We just got into it. Do you know what I'm saying? Just chopping off about music. And then it kind of just grew from there, really. Obviously, we built our own relationship. We grew close together. Started rolling together and that. Do you know what I mean? And then, yeah, really. So why are you looking at me like that for?
just quite top line. But I hear you. Cause of course, like no one just asks you to be their manager. You must have been proven
do you know what it is? Like,
to be resourceful.
yeah, like obviously, like at like shoots and stuff. Like I'm just active. Do you know what I mean? I'm very vocal. So if something looks out of place, I'll say that. I'll make that known. Do you know what I mean? If I think, rah, need to do it again, I'll say no, do it again. Do you know what I mean? Because in the day where he's my friend as well, like I want it to be as close to perfect as possible, or near enough perfect. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we was just driving one day. He was like, "Yo, bro, like, do you want to be my manager?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro."
You just made your decision on the spot.
Made my decision on the spot. Obviously, at the time, I was working in finance, innit? So I was thinking, "Yo, like, how am I gonna balance the two?" Do you know what I mean? Because like, and obviously, an artist of as big as him, like, it's not a part-time. It's not a part-time job, do you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much a full-time job. But I made it work for for a short amount of time. So obviously I was doing that and working in finance at the same time. And obviously I quickly realized that the stuff that I was doing from the music perspective, it didn't feel like work. Do you know what I'm saying? I had a genuine, obviously I got an interest in finance, but I think my interest and passion in music is much more deep rooted. Do you know what I mean? So it didn't feel like work. So I'm doing all this stuff. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm loving this stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? So I made the decision to kind of sack off work. Do you know what I mean? It was a pretty easy decision. I probably made it within like 2 weeks.
But what was guiding you to make that decision?
That's a good question. It's hard to articulate. It's more of a feeling. It just felt like the right decision to make. Do you know what I'm
Has
saying?
anything reminded you that you made the right decision? Have they been
Yeah.
signs?
So I spoke to my mentor yesterday, and I said, "Yo, because I ain't caught up with my mentor in a good probably 3 or 4 months." So I basically told him everything that's happened. He's like, "Nah, go for it. It's good." Do you know what I mean? There's obviously that, as well as you want to achieve stuff like in your corporate career, this is a very good opportunity. Do you know what I mean? And that kind of anchored my decision as well. Because obviously, like my mentor, like I hold him to high regard. I've got a lot of respect for him. Do you know what I'm saying? So every time he tells me something, I listen, I ponder on it and stuff. But yeah, I think, yeah. So after having that conversation, he was like, "No, like it's good." I was like, "I'm happy you're doing it." Obviously, it's a risk as well because it's new territory, uncharted territory. But like, I'm intellectually curious, bro. So I'll always ask questions. I'll always do my research, always do my due diligence. You know what I'm saying? So the same behaviors and the same thought process I had as a consultant, I'll just bring that and retrofit it to obviously to the music business. So, in my spare time, I'm studying, I'm reading, do you know what I mean? Learning about new stuff. Um, so it's an upwards learning curve
Mm-hmm.
that I like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
What would you say you're chasing in general, though? Like, what are you striving for?
That's a good question. Success, man.
But what does
And
success look like to you?
to me, success is just getting it with my people. Do you know what I
What does
mean?
that mean?
So is being success to me is being wealthy in all aspects of your life. Financial, social, happiness, all that stuff. Do you know what I mean? That's what success looks like to me. But um also is being able to wake up and do anything that I want to
So,
do without having to think about, the financial burden of it. Do you know what I
so
mean?
I get you. So financial freedom, essentially,
Yeah.
and just a whole full life. Would you say your vehicle of getting there doesn't matter? Because essentially,
It does.
the reason why I say that is because when I can't remember where it was, but I heard it once and it stuck to me, and it's your you have to be committed to your vision,
Mhm.
but flexible in your approach.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
Because at the
So
end of the day,
go
you can achieve that vision of financial freedom through consulting,
on.
through going up the ranks as well.
Mhm.
You are also presented with another opportunity as well.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm asking you these questions is because, for example, my decision to start a business was quite easy for me.
Mhm.
Like, I had no job, I needed money, I was learning a skill and I committed to learn a skill. So I
Mhm.
just like, okay, cool. Let me just go down this road.
Mhm.
I have nothing to lose. Let me take a punt on myself.
Mhm.
But some people are in situations where it's like, okay, cool. It's either, like you said, sack off this job and chase this dream
Mhm.
with a lot of risk,
Mhm.
or I just stay in this job because this might be a distraction and a shiny
Mhm.
object.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking you this question, because how are you able to kind of like, as because we're still young, because like a lot of people can't really plan life and plan how they get to that end destination. You just kind
Mhm.
of take what comes and what works for you, right?
Mhm.
But how for you were you kind of able to kind of get to that stage?
So so just to go back a bit, I didn't. So when he asked me, I didn't say yes straight away.
Okay.
I wasn't hasty in like making my decision. I didn't make a quick decision. 'Cause I always said I don't like making emotional decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to be in equilibrium. Um, Going back to one of your questions, my vehicle does matter. If it didn't matter, where I'll be doing something completely left. Do you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That I could easily do. I just choose not to. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, but one thing I have an interest for is business. Do you know what I'm saying? So the reason why I joined finance is because because there is a particular mindset and skill set that you need to have on the skill that you will develop from a business perspective that one wouldn't get from working in a different industry, so to speak. So, for example, like in consulting as well, you get to a point where you're responsible for a specific domain, whether it's capital markets, wealth management, retail banking, whatever. You
Mm-hmm.
have to make sure that you're generating enough income by pitching for new work, like selling work, all that stuff, or recruiting a certain amount of people, make sure that they're productive. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's elements of entrepreneurship in there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the same thing with music, right? Um, as a music manager, effectively, you have a product,
Mm-hmm.
which is the artist. Do you know what I'm saying? And you have to manage the runnings of that product. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. There's parallels between the two. But the only difference is that my interest in music is much more deep rooted.
I hear you. Earlier on today, I was actually thinking that if you want to learn about yourself, start a business,
Mm,
because business is a crazy way of self discovery.
mm,
There's a lot of kind of, I say all the time, rewiring, reprogramming,
mm.
a lot of learning that you have to do as
Yeah,
well. And I think in order to kind of succeed, you kind of need that self awareness as well. You need to
100%.
kind of know your blind spots so you can have people kind of that are better than you in those
100%.
positions. You need to know where you excel on, and you need
100%.
to kind of know how you kind of operate at your peak
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, kind of starting a business, a lot it's funny because a lot of it has kind of sieved into like other areas of my life as well. For example, if you build your confidence here, you can build your confidence speaking to
Yeah.
other people
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
speaking to girls or stuff like that. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it kind of all follows
Yeah.
if you know what I mean, which is super
Yeah.
interesting.
So that's that. Um Purchased another property as well. So that was that was a headache, I would say.
Mm.
But
Congratulations,
yeah,
by the way.
cheers, bro. So that's obviously that's gone through. I picked up the keys on Wednesday. Um, just gonna rent it out, obviously. Um, so yeah, man. I think it's pretty much it, to
Although
be
you
honest.
said it very casually, I would actually like to kind of dive into that a bit deeper. Because even firstly,
Mm.
I'm not. Maybe you have spoken about it, but like, how did you go about getting your first one, and how old were you?
So I'll give you a little story. So obviously, like when you're at uni, do you know what I mean? You like, oh, everyone's saying, oh, like when they graduate, they're gonna
Hmm.
get a house, they're gonna move out, or start their life properly, right? Um, and my mentor, I had a conversation with my mentor in it, and I said, yeah, like when I finish uni, I need to move out, get my car, like start my life properly, have my own independence. And he was like, relax. He was like, listen, he was like, don't follow a blueprint that has been created by society. Do you know what I'm saying? So that was one thought that stuck with me. So I must have obviously finished uni now, started working, and I must have been in the gym. Um, and I saw a guy come in, yeah. So he pulled it, so I must have been in the car park in it, going to the gym, getting out of my car. I saw a guy, he pulled up in a Bentley, right? Cool. Didn't think much of it. So, oh yeah, cool, that's a nice car. Went in the gym now, I'm working out. He's on the bench next to me. And I just looked to my left, and I'm resting. Oh, and he has a Rolex Daytona. Like he's gymming in a Rolex Daytona, lifting weights. And I'm thinking, obviously, it might not be that deep to people, right? By the time I just finished uni. Do you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, hold on. How the hell is this guy gymming in a Daytona, bro? Like, those watches are like 30K.
Hmm.
Now he's gymming with 30K
Yeah.
on his wrist, do you know what I'm saying? That's mad. Cool, whatever. I finish my workout now. I'm walking to my car. Then he's getting into his car, innit? So I walk over to him. I said, oh, yeah, sorry, mate. Sorry to disturb you. I said, what'd you do? He's like, oh, property. I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. But like, what? He's like, invested. So I'm like, okay. So I was like, what? Obviously, you don't have time in it. So I'm like, just give me, what's the tip that you can give me? He said, mate, when you buy, it's like, never sell. He's like, just continue to hold, wait for it to increase in value, take the equity out, buy another one. So I said, all right, say no more. And I guess the journey kind of started from there, to be honest. So obviously I was just doing my research, just trying to understand the property market, trying to understand different angles, because obviously like you have the rent to rent, you have flipping, you have deal source and all that sort of
Hmm.
stuff, right? Identifying which one is for me.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Um, and then and obviously like my brother's into property as well. And he managed to connect to developers and stuff. So he found the development up north. Developer went bust.
Mm.
Couldn't afford to obviously finish the development of the houses. Um, so managed to basically grab that for under market value. So already there's equity in there.
With your brother.
This by myself.
Oh yeah.
So there's already equity in there. Obviously that I bought it off plan. So off plan is basically when you buy it, you're literally looking at a
Oh
digital
yeah,
render.
yeah,
Do you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah. So obviously you bought a property off plan. So off plan is basically when you're looking at a digital render of what the finished product will look like. So I didn't actually go and view it until I purchased it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I bought that for under market value because the developer went bust. So already there was equity in there. For those who don't really understand what equity is, in layman's terms, it's basically the difference of basically it's basically the difference of current value to future value, basically. Um, that's
Kind
how
of
I
like
describe it.
profit.
Yeah, but
Cool.
basically profit. So that was number one.
Did it take you a lot to kind of not to? But did you have to do like no outgoings, like no meals or no nothing like that?
I definitely had to. I had to budget, bro.
Mm.
Definitely had to adapt. Do you know what I'm saying? So as I said, like when I first finished uni, bro, I went berserk with buying stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Buying trainers, clothes, whatever. And I quickly realized, obviously, having what my mentor said to me in mind, and obviously just briefly talking to that guy in the gym, I kind of just said to myself, kind of woke up a small coffee, said, you know what, there's not really much value in all this stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't flip it. Do you know what I mean? I can't eat it. Do you know what I'm saying? So there was that. So I bought that one. So that was number one. So number two is obviously with me and my brother and someone else in my family. Again, that's up north.
Oh, did you take equity out from? Or you just
From
kind
no,
of
so that one I left the equity in there.
nice?
So again, just rigorously saving
Yeah.
my bonus, saving my bonus,
Mhm.
like my crypto, just flipping my crypto. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boom, put the money in there. Number three now, I'm going back to property number one, take the equity out, add more on top. Obviously, in this time, I'm still saving, I'm
Yeah.
still flipping. Do you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Right, saving rigorously, bro. Yeah, cool, take the equity out, add money on top, purchase. Do you know what I'm
Nice.
saying? So obviously, when I was doing this one, I done a lot of research for this one, a lot of research. So in the area that I bought in, there's regeneration. A lot of young couples are, and even
Moving
just
there.
young professionals are moving
Yeah.
into the area. There's also going to be like some park and all that stuff.
So those are the kind of things you look for. When,
Yeah, so those are
Alright.
kind of the variables that I was measuring against. And obviously, I've done a retrospective review as well to see, okay, how was property price in that area grew over time in the
Mhm.
past 5 years. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you then do a projection. Um, so yeah, and I remember, yeah, after seeing that guy in the gym, I said, you know what? By 27, I need to have 3 properties on my portfolio. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's mad because like the feeling was kind of surreal because obviously, bro, the two up north, I don't see them in it. Do you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
just see the numbers. So to me, it's just numbers in the Excel sheet, right? But obviously, like when I picked up the keys,
Do you manage them? By the way.
so they're both ran by a property management company.
Okay. Cool.
So I can explain that in a second. So when I picked up the keys in, I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? Kind of thing.
Mhm.
But I walked in like looking around, and obviously like you can smell it, you can touch it, you can
Yeah.
feel it. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously the feeling kind of started to sink in.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? And obviously I called you in it,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and then obviously called like the rest of the man them. And then I was thinking, I was like, rah, like I really said by 27 that I would do it, and I was like, I've
Mhm.
done it. I was like, damn, it's kind of mad,
What made you think you were able to do it at 27? By 27? No. How were you able to do it by 27?
bro. Discipline, man.
Yeah.
You got to just be disciplined, like. Bro, I got my goals above my door.
Mhm.
I see it every day. But also it's then also rewiring your mind because I remember talking to my mentor, I said, yo, like, I can't do this anymore, man. I need to move. I still live at home.
Yeah.
I said, I need to move out, man. everyone's moving out. He said, Alex, like the hardest thing is going against the grain and rewiring your brain to be different. Do you know what I'm saying? So, bro, why was everyone's moving out? I'm still here in my mum's crib, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But I know, obviously, short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like I couldn't afford to move out. I could, but it just meant that if I move out, it just delays whatever I want to do. Do you know what I'm saying? So I thought, all right, cool. Let me bite the bullet. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, amazing. I want to quickly talk about delayed gratification because, that's exactly what comes to mind. For example, I remember when you kept your Apple Watch for years and everyone was buying their rollies. But like with delayed gratification, I think because I wrote about it in my newsletter today, kind of talking about a Chinese bamboo tree.
Yeah.
So essentially, a Chinese bamboo tree takes about 5 years to grow.
Yeah.
But this is how it looks. Yeah. So in the first 4 years, you have to tend to it. You have to care for it. You plant the seed. Obviously, you care for it, tend for it. You pour the water. You kind of just make sure it's taken care of.
Yeah.
Then in the 5th year, and those first 4 years, you don't say anything. Then in the 5th year, it grows up like 100 feet in 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But that's how some of your goals and dreams are sometimes, and that's practicing delayed gratification because every year you can start digging it up and trying to see why is it not growing but if you just plant the seed, you leave it there, you have that faith and you believe in it and you tend to it, and then eventually it happens. Something's got to give.
Yeah.
And that's back to the quote that success kind of happens gradually, then suddenly.
Yeah.
Like eventually there's this one turning point that changes everything for you.
Yeah.
And then everything starts to click. Your luck starts to come, which is just success plus preparation. Do you know what I mean? So it's staying the course, is not giving up. Like you said, if you were to move out, it would have delayed everything else. But you remember that you had this goal and you need the discipline to actually make sure you stay the course. Like, although the shiny objects would be amazing to move out, to have your crib, to snap your view. But you had that goal and you committed to it. And a lot of the times, the reason why we don't see our goals come through is just that lack of discipline, that lack of commitment. You kind of give up before that turning point. So if a bamboo tree takes 5 years, a lot of people give up after the 2nd year, they're not seeing nothing. But little do they know that in the 5th year, it'll grow up 100 feet in 5, 6 weeks, which is what happens a lot of the time. Like, for example, in my business, it's not that we're just going to randomly become a 6-7 figure business. It's going to be gradually. Then you can land a fat client that will just pay you the whole 6 figures. Do you know what I mean? So it's staying the course and not giving up.
And now it's like, I was having a conversation with one of my guys. I was like, now let me enjoy a bit in it. But even now, it's like, let's try and get another one. Do you know what I mean?
I guess, it's the balance.
Now it's like where I've been in such like, how can I describe it? Where I've kind of changed my behaviors.
And what's important to you?
Yeah, it's hard to kind of now change that back again. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm used to obviously like giving myself a certain amount every month, having a certain level of expenditure. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like,
I guess it's kind of establishing what's important to you. And like you said, once again, not following society's blueprint. Because a lot of the times it's like, that's what someone set up, but that doesn't mean that's the way it has to be. Do you know what I mean? So it's finding out, because sometimes you have to question your intentions. Like, why am I so pressed to do this? Or why am I so pressed to have that? Do you know what I mean? So it's really...
Like, bro, I didn't even... So the first one, I didn't put on socials. The second, I didn't. The third one, I just put on Snap. And obviously, you not seen that picture, do you know what I mean? So it's like, fam, I'm doing it for my future, bro. Do you know what I mean? My future kids, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I want, by the time my children are 18, however many I have, ideally I want 3, do you know what I'm saying? By the time they're 18, I want to say, yo, this is yours each. Don't ask me for anything. This is yours. Do you know what I mean? Do whatever you want with it. Kind of thing.
Yes, it's setting those foundations, and like now, like once again, you're planting that seed. Do you know what I mean? And over the years, you're gonna start seeing it grow. Do you know what I mean? And that's how we need to see things when it comes to our goals, our visions. Sometimes it may not happen before 27, but who knows? Like, you might get 5 by 30. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's success requires like a level of urgency in
Yeah.
terms of taking action,
Yeah.
but a level of patience in terms
Yeah.
of waiting for your results as well.
And the reason why I kind of gave myself to 27, yeah, I think, how old was I when I finished uni?
21.
No.
Oh
I
yeah, yeah. 23,
was 23.
yeah.
23, yeah. I was 23. I had no idea how I was going to do it.
Yeah.
But to me, like, obviously to people was like, yeah, 27 is unrealistic. I'm like, I say no more. Do you know what
4
I'm
years
saying?
as well is very
So it's like,
incredible.
obviously, it's then to hold myself accountable
Mhm.
to make sure I'm doing, like, if you look at Kanye, bro, Kanye, he says wild statements.
Yeah.
He makes it happen. Do you know what I'm saying? It's to also hold myself accountable. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, no, I think that's amazing. And yeah, even like you said, you kind of know the what, but you don't know the how.
yeah,
But once again, as you get started, you kind
yeah,
of find your way.
yeah,
And it's like making sure you can quiet the noise and not
yeah,
listen to the doubters. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's a testament to your self-belief and
yeah,
making sure you're holding yourself accountable as well.
yeah, yeah. This song was difficult, and expensive, but
So what would you say is like, so just the same way my man in the Bentley gave you a tip, what is your tip for um these young people or just anyone
I
who
say
is trying to get on the property
find
ladder?
find your angle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to drop a large sum, you don't have to. Do you know what I mean? Group, like, get a collective or get people together that you trust,
Yeah.
have an investment fund, and then use that. I'd also say, like, stay away from the government schemes. That's what I was told. Do you know what I'm saying? Stay
Why?
away from the government schemes because though deposit is lower, APR, so your interest rate's higher. So your interest rate's higher, and also I think in the first 5 years you can't actually do anything with the property.
In terms of
You
sell.
can't sell it, yeah, or you can't even rent. If there's a spare room, you can't actually rent it out.
Oh,
It will be deemed as subletting,
okay.
which is a breach, which is obviously a breach of contract.
So read the fine print.
Yeah, so just find your angle, man, and just research, and then, like, look outside. A lot of people look in London, like,
Yeah.
look outside London, Wales, Liverpool, Manchester, Durham, all those places, because, bro, there's properties in Wales that are like 20, 30 bags. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, it needs work, but dirt cheap.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? If you've got some money, you can also cash buy. But then also look at even student accommodations. Bro, I saw a student accom cash buy 27,000. Rate of return, bro, sick. Do you know what I'm saying? So look, just do your research, man. Honestly, like, just do your research. Like, every day, bro. Every day for like a couple of months, I was just on obviously, the Zooplas, the right moves and all that stuff, just contrasting and comparing,
Mhm.
looking at, like, the crime stats in certain areas, all that stuff. So you just got to be you got to be focused as well.
Mhm.
So I say, identify your angle, research, be focused.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But then also, like, talk to people.
Mhm.
Because if I didn't ask that question to that guy,
Mhm.
I probably might not have done it. Do you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Congratulations once again.
That's it.
What is one thing that life is teaching you right now?
Ooh, one thing. One thing that life is teaching me. Okay, I'm gonna say one thing that life has taught me is that life can be difficult
Mhm.
if you let it be difficult. You have a window, a finite window to do whatever you can do to ease that difficulty. Obviously, life's gonna throw curveballs
Mhm.
at you, right? But you have a limited time to ease that difficulty. Use that time wisely.
So that finite and limited time, is it before you have kids, before you have big commitments and stuff like that?
Before you have big commitments, and I'm
So
not
do
talking.
everything you can while you're in
Do
your
everything
youth.
you can, because, like, cool. Obviously, bro, by the time you have kids, bro, childcare is like 1,000, minimum 1,100 a month.
Mm.
It's not even diapers. It's not even food.
Yeah.
It's not even like, it's not even like all the other stuff. Do you know what I'm saying?
Basically, guys, he said have money while you're young or suffer. But
Yeah, man, suffer in your 20s, bruv. Like, you suffered at uni, so suffer for a couple more years. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want to do a bit of lifestyle, yeah, go for it. But just don't be spunking money everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Just delay,
I think that's key, man.
Yeah, man.
I think that's key. That's one thing I've learned as well. I think it's the balance.
Yeah.
It's the balance, but you always got to make sure you have more coming in than
Yeah.
going out.
Yeah. And
So even if it means stop going out with some friends.
Oh, brother. Hey.
Let me not get started. But
these man, they'll be getting club, spending money on bottle. I said, I'm not involved.
Let me not get started.
I said, I'm not involved. But, you know, even if it's pre-drinking before you go out, fam,
do what you have to
you gotta do what you gotta do. Do you know what I mean? I don't really drink like that anyway, so I'm good. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's mad, bro. It just like right now, I just feel surreal, man. Do you know what I mean? Don't really know how to feel. Do you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't really dwell on my achievements. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, cool. What's next?
Yeah, I get you, but it's also important to be present in the moment.
I'm present, bro. I was present for like an hour.
But it's celebrate the small wins, be present in the moment. Do you know what I mean? Because end of the day, you just kind of end up on a hedonic treadmill, they call it, I think.
Yeah.
Where you're just constantly chasing the next high or the next win without really focusing on kind of your living in what you prayed for or living in a goal that you accomplished.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm definitely grateful, definitely thankful. 100%. 100%. But as I said, it's like my foundation's not set yet, bro. To me, that's only one brick.
No, I hear you, but thing is, you're constantly gonna be building. Do you know what I mean? So that's the thing. Like, I can see it here. Like, success is legit.
Yeah.
Like, you have a goal, you accomplish it, and that's just how success is. Like, like I'm seeing it. You have a goal, and you're thinking of the next one already. Like, it never ends.
Yeah.
It's just a cycle. So that's why it's super important to be present, to be like you said, grateful, but also acknowledge it as well. Because, like, bro, deep it. 24 you is thanking yourself right now for 23-year-old you is thanking yourself for right now for accomplishing that goal at 27. But now you're 27, you're thinking, yeah, cool, I done it. Do you know what I mean? So that's why it's super key to be present.
Though? My next bag, you know, I was saying about art.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was talking to one guy from a gallery today. Obviously, he's got me over like a short list of like up and coming artists and stuff. Yeah, what would you say life is teaching you right now?
Similar to what we spoke about, delayed gratification and patience. Once again, you got to have a sense of urgency when it comes to taking action, but patience in your results. Because like, just the kind of situation I'm in right now, in terms of growing the business, is kind of growing the clientele, and there's a lot of action I'm taking, whether it's networking, cold outreach, and all of that. But it's not coming as fast as I wanted to, but it's also understanding that, like we said, success happens gradually, then suddenly, and the delayed gratification, but also like understanding that I'm way further than I was. So it's just a moment of, it's just a situation of keeping going, and that law of averages, like in terms of taking action and kind of, rather than just settling on a certain number, the more I do, the more chances I get, the more luckier I get. The more people I speak to, the more people I can eventually convert. Do you know what I mean? So
now I got a question actually, and I put this remember I put this poll up on my gram. Do you think, like, what do you think luck is? Like, do you think you can create your own luck, or do you think it's like this supernatural pink mist?
No, I definitely think you can create your own luck. Just by constantly trying, constantly putting yourself out there, eventually something will give. So you can make yourself luckier. Some people have it easy, or some people have it easier than other people, because no one has it completely easy. Do you know what I mean? We all have our battles to face and stuff. But the more you're trying out there, the more you're preparing for something, because so many opportunities come our way. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got an opportunity to manage an artist. and you're running with it. Do you know what I mean? And once you kind of reach that level, people say you got lucky. Do you know what I mean? But there's been hard work behind it. But there's also you making the right decisions as well. That's why you got to think when it comes to making decisions, like whether what the upside is and stuff like that. So end of the day, it's kind of luck is in terms of odds. Do you know what I mean? You took a bet and you put the odds in your favor, and then you're gonna cash in on it. Then people start calling you lucky. Do you know what I mean? So end of the day, I do believe you can create your own luck by making good decisions and preparing yourself.
Off the back of that, obviously you asked me what is something that life is teaching you. I've got something else. Another lesson is that emotional decisions can sometimes like equate to something great or something bad. But a logical decision is backed by rationale.
Yeah.
And as long as there's an appropriate rationale that you're comfortable with, it's the right decision.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So I always encourage people, don't make a decision based on emotion. Like, I don't do that at all.
No, I get you. I guess next time we can talk a bit more about thinking models and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I was watching 21 on Amazon Prime, and it's very much about card counting, blackjack and stuff like that. So there's a lot that they talk about in terms of like account for variable change. Don't make emotional decisions. Make sure you keep focused in terms of the numbers and stuff. But I feel like life is not binary. Life is subjective. Do you know what I mean? But we can definitely talk a bit more about it next episode. But to wrap it up, I don't know if you got a word or quote for the week, but I just want to echo again, like success happens gradually, then suddenly. So just stay the course and don't give up.
I ain't got a word of the week, but I got a little phrase in it. It's be unrealistic. Like, say unrealistic things, hold yourself accountable, and try your best to work towards them.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what goal you have, someone is gonna think that it's not possible. It's only possible until it's done. It's only impossible until it's done.
Yeah.
As I said, no one thought a man would be on the moon. No one thought we can fly planes, but here we are. Do you know what I'm saying? So be unrealistic and work hard, man.
Word. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for tuning in. As always, please leave us a review, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate it.
Bow.
And focus on things that move the needle.